Last Monday, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection announced their latest Great Outdoors initiative, and residents across Florida from Miami to Santa Rosa Beach have been speaking out. The initiative proposes changes to 9 state parks, nearly half here locally, to build things like lodging and pickleball courts. As News Channel 7's Claire Jones reports, some Walton County residents are making their opinions on the initiative heard. The department is expected to announce new public meetings on this next week. We contacted the Department of Environmental Protection for an interview or statement, but have yet to receive a response. A new project could be landing in Panama City Beach with the help of grant funds from Triumph Gulf Coast. This project is aimed at increasing jobs in the aviation industry. The Triumph Board voted to advance 2 term sheet negotiations with the Northwest Florida Beaches International Airport for a grant of up to $25 million to implement Project Spinner. The project entails 3 facilities a facility to repair jet engines. A second facility will be called the Test Cell. Then the 3rd facility will be in Lynn Haven. That's a parts distribution warehouse.
It's going to be service type jobs that work on engines, aircraft engines and things like that. It's just gigantic. This Northwest Florida has become an area where aviation is becoming a real industry here. So this will dovetail into the FSU Inspire project, which is a real big project, and it's, you know, the future is really great for Bay County.
The project has not been finalized. However, we are told it should be approved in September. We reached out to Northwest Florida Beaches International Airport and the Bay Economic Development Alliance for a comment on the project. They both said they signed non-disclosure agreements. Coming up on News Channel 7 at
30A has gone viral over the years for banners in support of Donald Trump. After Tuesday's election, the homeowner revealed his newest one. Here to tell us more is News Channel 7 Mia Hernandez.
Barry, the reveal of Marvin Peavy's newest banner garnered nearly 1 million views on TikTok and more than 100,000 likes. The newest banner says, "Trump coming home 2025. Peavy first began to hang banners on his second home in Seagrove Beach during the 2020 presidential election. Since then, he has hung numerous more, including Trump Now, Trump Won, You Missed, Trump 2024, and Bulletproof. Walton County issued a scenic corridor code enforcement violation for the banners, with a fee of $50 a day, landing Peavy at approximately $63,000 today. Peavy's overall message goes beyond the fines, instead focusing on defending freedoms.
This is my First Amendment right, and Walton County had banners, but it cannot supersede, their laws cannot supersede my First Amendment right. So they came after my basically my constitutional rights, which they cannot do. And it really woke me up as a patriot, and I'm very proud that they woke me up now that I know what I know, because it's made more people stand up with fighting for what's right.
Walton County declined to comment due to pending legal court proceedings. Peavy says he has no plans to stop hanging the banners anytime soon, and in fact has ideas for future signs.
All right, thank you, Mia. To hear more about his ideas for the next signs, go to WJHG.com. A special primary election will be held at the end of January as the next step in filling Matt Gaetz's empty congressional seat.
News Channel 7's Mia Hernandez is in our studio to tell us about the low absentee ballot return ahead of this month's election. Mia.
Nisa Berry, the primary special election narrows down the list of candidates to fill the vacant District 1 seat. But the Okaloosa County Supervisor of Elections says the return of mail-in ballots is low. The office says it has sent about 1,100 ballots compared to the 15,000 ballots sent for the general election in November. Of the 1,100 ballots sent so far, only 156 have been returned. One contributing factor to the low return of mail-in ballots could be that voters do not know they must request a ballot.
Because the election itself is in January of 2025. We were told by the state we were not allowed to use the list of people who had just voted by mail and had requested ballots in 2024, whose requests technically did not expire until December 31st. But here we are on December 14th mailing ballots, but only to people who have requested a ballot since the November 5th election.
In Florida, a vote-by-mail ballot request only lasts through the calendar year. This means those who requested a ballot ahead of the November general election must request an absentee ballot for the special election. Voters wanting to participate in the special election have until January 16th to request a ballot. Of course, voters can also vote in person on the date of the special election, January 28th. 10 Republican candidates qualified for the race. There's only one Democratic candidate, several write-ins, and a non-party affiliated candidate. This special general election is scheduled for April 1st.
All right, thank you, Mia. You can find a detailed timeline of important dates for the special election online at WJHG.com.
Now from one of Bay County's newest residents to one of Bay County's oldest.
News Channel 7's Mia Hernandez is here to tell us about...
Now from one of Bay County's newest residents to one of Bay County's oldest.
News Channel 7's Mia Hernandez is here to tell us about a 105-year-old woman's secret to a long life.
In 1920, the League of Nations was established. Women gained the right to vote, and locally, Maybelle Whitfield was born. Many say she's a beloved member of the community, spending 102 years in Panama City after moving there when she was just 3 years old. Whitfield is the mother of 10 children. Her daughter says she has more than 60 grandchildren and great-grandchildren combined. To celebrate the momentous occasion, the Panama City Fire and Police Department drove by her home with all the bells and whistles to add to her special day.
My mother left when I was 5 months old, and my father was 87 when he passed. I said, I beat your father. And I thank all of you all for coming and being with me today on this special day. And the fire truck and the police state people, I called my neighbor across the street. I told her she see the fire truck and the police over here not to be afraid. I said, because nothing going wrong, everything was in my favor.
Her daughter says the secret to living a long life may have been some of Whitfield's healthier habits. Her daughter says Whitfield grew up with a farmer in the family, allowing her to eat fresh food that she says contributed to her long-lasting life. But more importantly than food is the love she has for her children. She says family is what has inspired her to keep going every day.
Oh, thank you, Mia. And we all wish her a very happy birthday, Miss Maybelle Whitfield.
105.
Absolutely.
This is Mia Hernandez with News Channel 7 at the WJHG 7 Plus Digital News Desk. Today, 3 people were arrested in connection to the deadly shooting in Panama City Beach on August 6th. Hello, yes, so today we wanted to show our viewers how they can use our website and mobile app to view election results. Here are the top stories that you need to know ahead of Helene. From Tuesday, Panhandle evacuation orders. This is Mia Hernandez with News Channel 7 at the WJHG 7 Plus Digital News Desk. And on 850 Unsolved, we're talking about the 1984 murder of Booker T. Lewis. Those that knew him said that Booker T. Lewis was a beloved member of the Panama City community. This is Mia Hernandez with News Channel 7 at the WJHG 7 Plus Digital News Desk. And on 850 Unsolved, we're talking about the 1984 murder of Booker T. Lewis. In last week's episode, we established the basic details of the case, but let's go ahead and recap a few. On the night of September 19th, Booker T. Lewis left his home to work. He stopped by the gas station and the store before heading to his office, located at 1217 North Cove Boulevard. This is Mia Hernandez with News Channel 7 at the WJHG 7 Plus Digital News Desk. And on 850 Unsolved, we're talking about the 1984 murder of Booker T. Lewis. Last week, we went over some of the facts and theories of this case, so to hear more about the previous episode, you can check that out on WJHG.com. But today we're discussing how to provide something like closure to this case.